There's something about us inherently as human beings. We just like things in groups of three. And it works even when you're looking at an image that isn't immediately obvious that it's separated into threes, but we can use that to our advantage. So if we look at this image of the Radio City Tower, if you want to do something a little bit more interesting in it, something a little bit more dynamic, you can use the rule of thirds, where I would just take this same image and I would place the center point in it where I want to draw attention, where those intersecting lines meet. And you'll see it just creates a slightly more interesting, slightly more dynamic image, gives you room to put some text in there if you wish. I'll show you another one with this model. She's in the middle. Lovely, fine, nothing wrong with that. But if I want to look at a little, if I want it to look a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more interesting, I'll just place our eye line in another one of those intersecting grids. And it's just a little bit more interesting. You'll start noticing this a lot in photography if you're not familiar with it already. When you see a bit of space at the center, if you've ever thought, why have they framed it that way? It's because of this. It's because it sits nice and neatly into the rule of thirds. So it just looks nicer. And I've done it here with this bird. The eye of the bird now sits in the rule of thirds. It now sits down here at the bottom left. So, if you had this image and you had this text, you might not be sure where to place the bird. So maybe you chuck it there, but it just looks a little bit sort of awkward. Doesn't really make quite as much sense. But putting it there, again, it creates a lovely amount of space, but that's absolutely fine because it's intentional.